Greetings, chosen ones. Welcome back to our spiritual journey in this episode with me, the Chosen Path. Now is the time to sit in stillness, release all burdens, and embrace the message I am about to share. This is a piece of the puzzle that is finally coming to light. The message I've heard is, I am always around. It may be difficult for some of you to believe, but know this. I am always here, accompanying you every step of the way. Today, we will delve deeper into the legacy of darkness, the energy surrounding us, and our collective role within it. A new strength is emerging, yet we must also confront truths that shake the soul. This is a deeper journey, and as always, we will peel back every layer. Remember, every person who enters your life is not a coincidence. You and they share an interconnected journey, a legacy that may stem from dark energies. These energies, whispering, I am always around, have existed within your family or even within you since the beginning of your life. Together, we will explore the meaning behind all this, uncovering the hidden strength within every challenge. These entities often move from soul to soul, frequently unnoticed. This is why many chosen souls feel confused or emotionally torn when someone who once seemed loving, genuine, and friendly suddenly shifts, acting in ways not only different but entirely opposite to their initial demeanor. Such sudden changes often leave deep wounds, forcing chosen souls into isolation, questioning their self-worth, and internalizing pain without clear answers. This energy, softly whispering, yet intimidating, I am always around, is not merely an ordinary phenomenon. It is a manifestation of something much greater, deeply rooted in your spiritual lineage. This energy reflects the power passed down from your ancestors, a shadow that has always accompanied your life's journey. Within you flows an extraordinary strength, but this power is not solely composed of light. There's also a hidden darkness, an ancient, inseparable energy that has existed long before you became aware of it. This dark force is not merely a threat, it is a vital part of your spiritual journey. It compels you to look inward, recognize your depths, and understand that this journey is not about avoiding the darkness, but mastering it. Every encounter with those who suddenly change, with energies seemingly against you, carries lessons to be learned, tests to be faced. Ultimately, this is a call to unearth your deepest potential and step forward as a chosen soul who truly knows themselves. Our interactions with these energies often feel like an endless game filled with challenges, manipulation, and confusion. Yet behind every encounter lies a greater purpose, a purpose to test, conquer, and reveal the true essence of yourself and those connected to you. These energies never appear without reason. They come to disrupt, dismantle, and ultimately rebuild. I call this energy Aeon, souls that symbolically are cloaked or thrown into a new karmic cycle. They are entities that must endure intense cycles of testing, much like raw metal forged in fire to become stronger and purer. Their presence often disrupts and provokes, but their purpose is to awaken awareness and guide individuals to look within, confront their shadows, and uncover hidden strength behind vulnerability. However, there are other, more mysterious entities I refer to as Enigma, or in a deeper sense, Jokers. These are souls who were once Aeon, who have endured the fires of testing and emerged clothed in the white of spiritual silence. In their purity, they have resolved their past karmic cycles. But their journey is not over. They are thrown back into new karmic cycles, this time not as entities merely tested, but as catalysts for greater transformation. They carry puzzles, paradoxes, and an enigmatic presence often difficult for others to understand. Enigma, or Jokers, are chosen souls who embody duality. On one hand, they symbolize wisdom and strength, the result of their long journey. On the other, they become life's tests for others, forcing individuals to peel back layers of ego and illusion to reach the truth. In their presence, destiny seems to accelerate. Lessons that might take years to learn become clear in mere days or even seconds. Aeon and Enigma are two sides of the same spiritual journey. One is tested to be forged, the other is tested to fulfill a greater destiny. And in interacting with both, we are confronted with the most fundamental questions about who we truly are, what our purpose is, and how we can find peace amidst the chaos. Now let us dive deeper to understand not just what is happening, but also what is to come. This approach will help you clearly see the patterns shaping the cycles of this dark energy legacy. A cycle not just about what has passed, but also about what continues to repeat and evolve. Remember, our struggle is not against humans, but against energies. These energies possess their own intelligence, clinging to unresolved traumas, both individually and collectively. They operate through manipulation, often using triangulation techniques to create conflict, confusion, and division. We will not delve into the details of triangulation today, as this journey requires a deeper focus on the core of your experience, an understanding of your role as a revealer and spiritual leader within this cycle. As I've expressed before, the presence of certain individuals or aeons in your life is no coincidence. They arrive bearing trials, not just for you but for themselves as well. You are a great revealer, a soul forged in the fires of life, compelled to confront harsh karmic realities, and ultimately able to see clearly the dark legacies that have flowed through your lineage since the time of your ancestors. Your presence in this cycle is not just as a participant, but as one with the power to break old patterns. You are the bridge between the past and the future, holding the key to liberating yourself and your generation from the burdens of energy that stifle spiritual growth. However, this role does not come without challenges. Along the way, you may feel weighed down by isolation, a loss of direction, or even doubts about your worth. These are part of the trials designed to strengthen you, preparing you for what is to come. What lies ahead is a new awakening, a realization that you have not only inherited darkness but also a profound light. This light, often hidden beneath layers of trauma and pain, is your ancestors' true legacy. It is an unshakable energy, waiting to be awakened through your courage to face the darkness. Know that this journey is a call to delve deeper within yourself, to recognize your strength, and to use your ancestral energy to create change. You are not merely an observer in this cycle, you are an architect reshaping the future. And while the path may seem lonely, remember that every step you take brings light to those also seeking to escape this cycle. You are a pattern breaker, a revealer, and a keeper of light in the endless darkness. An aeon may have entered your life, perhaps as a friend, partner, colleague, or even someone whose presence feels unexpected. They come with an energy that feels familiar, connected to you in ways often difficult to explain. Yet, while they are within your spiritual orbit, they may not fully comprehend the journey they are on, or the greater journey you are destined to undertake. Aeons are often souls who carry the scars of past trauma, whether from their own lives or from their ancestral lineage. In their journey, they may have encountered oppressors, karmic figures who wield dark influence and often succumb to it, perpetuating the same cycle of oppression. These oppressors are not merely individuals, but manifestations of greater energies rooted in the cycles of dark inheritance spanning generations. The oppressors, from both your lineage and theirs, often work together in a complex dance of energy. Their aim is to suppress and constrain new energies, souls with the potential to alter preordained timelines. They strive to maintain the status quo, ensuring that karmic cycles continue uninterrupted. It is within this context that your presence and the presence of aeons become deeply significant. Here, the role of the enigma, the joker, or the chosen becomes crucial. These souls are not here to follow existing timelines. They come to fundamentally alter them. They carry energy capable of piercing the darkness and creating new pathways that are spiritually inviolable by dark entities. Their energy is an anomaly in a stagnant cycle, a spark that can burn down old boundaries and open space for true transformation. This is why the battle against the chosen is so intense and profound. Dark entities view them not only as a threat, but as catalysts capable of dismantling the systems they've long upheld. These attacks often manifest as manipulation, confusion, and attempts to sow self-doubt, targeting not only the chosen, but also the aeons surrounding them. However, this message is not about the battle. It is about the aeons. Their experiences and how their dynamics with energies of the past, both yours and theirs, play a major role in this journey. Aeons often carry deep insecurities, born from their traumas and past experiences. These insecurities become battlegrounds where they are tested, and where their connection to the Chosen becomes a focal point. In this journey, Aeons serve as mirrors reflecting certain aspects of yourself while revealing shadows that need illumination. Interacting with them offers profound lessons, not just for them, but for you as well. By understanding these dynamics, you can see more clearly how past energies work through them, and how you can move forward with strength and clarity, guiding them while keeping your own path secure. When these energies enter your life, they bring a clear mission to transfer their dark power to you. They come not only as tests, but as destructive forces aiming to create a final fracture within you, a fracture deep enough to break you into dust. Their goal is to make you surrender, pulling you into the same roles they occupy, as oppressors, as part of the same cycle they've perpetuated. In many ways, these entities operate under the belief that you, as a noble chosen soul, have the potential to become the greatest oppressor. They see your strength not as a direct threat, but as something they can exploit. In their minds, if you can be controlled, if you can be driven to surrender to the dark energies, then the cycle will not only persist, but grow stronger. They believe you are the perfect tool to expand their dominion. Be aware that there are individuals currently leading the legacy of darkness, both within your lineage and theirs. They are the keepers of this karmic cycle, figures who have fully surrendered to the darkness and now seek successors. They need someone to carry this torch, to continue the chain of oppression and destruction that has persisted for generations. In many ways, they have chosen you, not just because you are a powerful target, but because they see a different potential in you, the potential to break this cycle completely. As you progress on your spiritual journey, these demons recognize you. They don't just know who you are now, but also acknowledge the ancestral energy you carry, the light that has been passed down to you, and the determination forged through your journey through life's fires. They understand that if you succeed, their entire system could collapse. This is why their presence often feels so familiar, so laden with déjà vu. You might sense something familiar about certain people you encounter. Perhaps it's their gaze, their energy, or the way they speak, triggering memories from a past you can't fully explain. This is no coincidence. They come bearing energy that has long been part of this karmic cycle, energy that may have interacted with your ancestors or even with you in another lifetime. This familiarity is a sign that you are on the right path, that you are not only confronting these energies for yourself, but also for your generation, your future, and other souls trapped in this cycle. This is the great test of your journey, to recognize that you are not a victim of these energies, but a spiritual leader chosen to break the chains that have bound so many souls for generations. And in doing so, you are not only liberating yourself, but also freeing your lineage and creating a new path filled with light, hope, and true transformation. Now I begin to understand this sense of familiarity as something far more complex, perhaps rooted in something dark. The familiarity you feel is no coincidence. It is a spirit, an energy flowing between you and them, an invisible thread connecting you through lineage and past experiences. This energy transcends time, space, and physical boundaries, linking souls through trauma, experiences, and recurring cycles. No matter how far apart you may be, this connection persists because it is part of something greater. What some call childhood trauma, or what I refer to as the demonic legacy. It is from this legacy that this sense of familiarity grows. It is a bond formed from wounds, from unfinished stories, and from dark energy passed down from one generation to the next. This energy binds you to a larger cycle, one that affects not only your life, but also the lives of those connected to you. It is a powerful pull that cannot be ignored, rooted in something greater than mere human relationships. You have traversed many karmic cycles on your journey, and each cycle was designed to test and shape you. In every journey, you have been seen as a champion who has faced darkness and emerged with a brighter light. However, these cycles are not merely tests of your resilience. They exist to transform you permanently. Every wound, every lesson, and every test is part of a deeper transformation process, a calling toward a higher purpose. Those who enter your life, are part of this process. They do not appear by chance. They are reflections of your journey, part of interconnected cycles. They come with their own missions, carrying energy that resonates with you, but also with a naivety that makes them vulnerable to the forces they face. They have been warned, perhaps through your experiences or their own intuition, but something within them has not fully grasped the depth and complexity of this journey. What you see in them is a reflection of the past, both yours and theirs. They do not realize the kind of demons they are about to face. They do not fully understand the forces that have drawn them into this cycle. Forces that test not only their courage, but also their willingness to confront the darkness within themselves. And they feel it. Even if they cannot articulate what they sense, there is fear, tension, and an unease they cannot ignore. That is the energy intertwined in your connection. What I hear from this journey is that you have been prepared to understand this in ways they cannot. You are a witness, a revealer, and a bearer of light in this cycle. The familiarity you feel is a reminder, not only of your connection to them, but also of your role in breaking this chain. You are not merely walking this path for yourself, but also for them, for generations before and after you, to create a greater change than anyone could have imagined. The most poignant reality is that although these demons are tied to oppressors or karmic figures of the past, their connection to you runs deeper than it appears on the surface. There is an invisible web, like threads of destiny hidden within the universe that binds you. This is not merely about conflict between individuals. It is an energetic battle, a complex dance between what you have conquered and what still burdens them. When they confront you, they feel a profound resistance. Their energy churns, struggling to comprehend something beyond their understanding. They war with you not out of pure hatred, but because they do not know how to face what you have overcome. Your journey has brought transformation, triumph over darkness that they have yet to begin to comprehend. You are a reflection of what they fear, and at the same time, what they need to grow. However, they do not see it that way. Instead, they blame you. They feel as though some injustice has been done to them, as if your existence challenges theirs. These demons, the energy attached to them, exploit that gap to manipulate them, driving them to the darkest parts of themselves. In that darkness, they act, often in ways that hurt both you and themselves. They feel trapped, like puppets controlled by forces they cannot understand. Their inability to reach or communicate with you only exacerbates the situation. They sense a wall they cannot breach, a distance that makes you seem unattainable. But that wall is not yours. It is a reflection of their own defenses, a fortress they have built to shield themselves from fear and uncertainty. To approach you, they must lower their defenses, something that terrifies them, for it means facing parts of themselves they have never known. For them, too much is at stake. Your presence forces them to question beliefs, identities, and wounds they have long buried. In their confusion, they feel as though you deliberately make things difficult for them, as if you are an obstacle they cannot overcome. In reality, you are a mirror, revealing what they must confront to grow. And that is a frightening, painful process, but also one filled with the potential for transformation if they choose to embrace it. However, the most striking difference is that you are fully aware of what you are facing, while they remain trapped in their confusion. You have already discerned the type of energy that clings to them. This energy, though seemingly powerful, is merely a shadow, an illusion designed to distract them from a greater truth. You understand that beneath their fear, anger, and confusion lies a deeper energy, one that does not truly belong to them, but is influenced by a dark legacy rooted deeply within their lineage. They must learn the hard way. Instead of realizing that they have been deceived by a greater force, they choose to harbor bitterness toward you. This is a choice they make, even though it leads them down a path of suffering. Their bitterness grows because they are not ready to see the bigger picture, and because they feel forced to confront something far greater than they understand. They fail to realize that, in truth, you are one of the greatest tests in their journey. A test that, if approached correctly, could free them from the karmic bonds holding them back. Now, the tables begin to turn once again. The rapid cycles of change, particularly in December, feel dizzying, like spinning endlessly, because the shifts are so swift and profound. These changes are not just tied to personal timelines, but also to greater energetic cycles, creating waves of inevitable transformation. Once again, change arrives, unstoppable and undeniable, forcing all involved to face what has long been buried. The anger felt by Aeon is now palpable. Because you remain steadfast on your path, they perceive an invisible wall preventing them from reaching their goals. The darkness within their lineage has failed in its mission to destroy you, to pull you into the cycle of oppression. This failure has altered the dynamics, and the energy trapped in that cycle begins to sense the vibrations of the higher power within you. Now, you have reached a higher point in your spiritual journey. You are no longer merely surviving, you have become the Emperor. Whether in male or female form does not matter. What matters is that the Empress within you has fully awakened. You have integrated all aspects of yourself, uniting the hidden strengths meant to be shared with this Aeon. Yet, the greater journey you must undertake no longer involves them, for they are not ready to step into the role you have achieved. You have reached the pinnacle of awareness and transformation, while they still struggle to comprehend even the first steps of the journey. This difference should not make you feel isolated. Rather, it is a call to keep moving forward, stepping into a greater journey, one deeper and more powerful than anything they could imagine. Their journey, however, is not over. From your perspective, it may seem irrelevant to your timeline, as if that connection has been severed, a separation that makes them unable to reach you anymore. You have moved far beyond what they can achieve. Yet, even though they appear stagnant, their journey continues. They may feel victorious, believing they have reached the height of their control, but they are unaware that their path is riddled with traps of their own making. The oppressors now celebrate their perceived victory, reveling in a power they believe they wield. They feel dominant, as though they control Aeon and those connected to them. They believe they possess a hidden force that grants them dominion, as if they can control the destinies of others, including Aeons. But they forget that this power is an illusion, a shadow of what truly controls them, a deeper energy beyond their comprehension. They believe they are rulers, but in reality, they are merely moving in ever-tightening circles, trapped in the web of energy they have spun. This is the moment when the tables turn once more. Those who think they are in control will now face the truth behind the energy they have wielded. What they see as power is a trap they have willingly walked into. As they celebrate their victory, they remain blind to the disaster awaiting them. Every oppressive decision, every step they take to maintain control, only widens the chasm that will bring about their downfall. They do not understand that karma is never late. What they perceive as control will soon transform into something far greater than they can bear. Their seemingly unshakable timeline will ultimately reveal itself to be fragile, and they will come to terms with the reality that what they believed to be power was merely an illusion they chose to believe. The tables are turning, and now it is their turn to face the consequences of their actions, a reckoning that is inevitable. Instead of blaming you and attempting to cast you as the victim because they do not understand, and by they, I mean the Opan, those who have been deceived, they feel trapped, as if there is no way out. They do not know how to face this, and the deeper they sink into their confusion, the more they feel there is no choice but to blame you. They seek a scapegoat, and in their misunderstanding, you become the primary target of their helplessness. They aim to tarnish your name, smear your reputation, make you the victim in their narrative, and attack you in every way they know how. Yet, this is not the journey they intended. They want to defeat you, to destroy your presence because within their inner turmoil, they feel an intense tension. I cannot lose this person, but I also cannot treat them rightly. Within them is a profound conflict, a feeling torn between love and hate, between the need to dominate and the desire to reconnect. They are caught in a moral dilemma they cannot resolve, feeling trapped between two worlds they cannot reconcile. But now, all of this is beyond their reach. What they fail to grasp is that, no matter how hard they try to rewrite this narrative, they no longer have control over it. The energy flowing through you, refined and forged by the fires of life, is far stronger than their manipulation. They may still attempt to attack you, but their efforts no longer have the impact they once did. For the strength you have gained, honed through your spiritual journey, is now fully within your control. What is actually happening is that they are starting to turn, slowly but surely. The energy they once directed to harm you is now reversing course, and without realizing it, they are beginning to feel the impact of their actions. The wheels are turning toward the oppressors. What they did to hurt you is now coming back to them in ways they never expected. Those who were once in positions of power now find themselves facing oppression in greater forms. The energy of karma is working in ways they cannot escape. Every step they take to hurt you, every effort to suppress and destroy, is forming an unbroken cycle that ultimately leads back to them. Now, those who once seemed stronger feel increasingly trapped in their own snares, unable to escape the web of energy they have created. They feel more isolated, more ensnared in their dilemmas, and increasingly aware that they cannot control their fate, let alone yours. When I say this karmic force has turned them into enemies, some enemies, by trying to make you their enemy, they didn't realize the disaster looming over them. This is the kind of disaster that accumulates. It doesn't strike instantly but grows over time, like a snowball gaining momentum. Every action they perceived as a victory, every time they thought they succeeded in undermining you or altering others' perceptions of you, was actually a burden they carried. Every lie they spread, every manipulation they employed, grew heavier and harder to maintain. They built castles in the sand, unaware that the karmic winds would dismantle them one by one. They struggled to preserve something inherently fragile, because every false victory only worsened their position, deepening the karmic wounds they inflicted upon themselves. But this isn't just about lies. The lies are merely the tip of the iceberg. From what I've heard, they've already achieved a kind of victory. They've managed to gather enough people, enough support, to believe their narrative, enough evidence that seems to support their claims. But this is only the surface of a much larger energetic game. They've entrapped those they deceived about you, but they don't understand the depth of this play. They think they've won, but all they've done is gather ammunition that will eventually turn against them. And this amuses me, because on some level, you may have hinted at or revealed something much deeper. These individuals intuitively know you are right about many things you've said. Deep down, they know the truth in what you speak, even as they try to cover it up with lies and justifications. They know that the people they follow and defend are false lights, a dazzling illusion that cannot withstand the true light. Yet something within them prevents them from admitting this truth, a shadow they are not ready to face, a part of themselves that obstructs clarity. They are trapped in their own illusions, unable to break free from the vicious cycle they've created. It's as if they are caught, bound, or sold into a karmic cycle, entering the beginning of a profound and challenging karmic journey. They are on the brink of significant life changes, even though they are not fully aware of it. They think they are in control, that they can continue operating within the lies they've built. But in reality, they are merely at the threshold of inevitable transformation. This karmic cycle has begun, and they must face it, whether they are prepared or not. Those deceived, about you, about themselves, and about everything, are now being confronted with parts of themselves they've never faced before. They are about to encounter truths they've avoided for so long. All the lies and manipulations they've accepted and believed will begin to crumble, one by one, revealing the truth they've been denying. This process will shake them, taking them on an unavoidable journey of healing and transformation, because only by confronting these truths can they move to the next level of their spiritual journey. This isn't just about them, it's also about the demonic legacy they've inherited from their family and every relationship they've ever formed. This legacy is not merely one of blood, but of energy flowing through their lineage, carrying patterns and karma that have been passed down through generations. Like fuel slowly internalized in their souls, this energy infiltrates their every decision and action, shaping their worldview and interactions with others. They've never realized that they are heirs to a legacy filled with this dark influence, keeping them trapped in destructive cycles that are difficult to break. Yet when that moment comes, when this energy begins to merge with them, they will not only admire or appreciate you, but long for you. There's something within you that reminds them of a potential they lost long ago, a light they once possessed that now only lingers as a shadow. They feel a powerful vibration in your presence, something they cannot comprehend but that moves them deeply. They are inspired by you, not merely for what you do but for what you represent, a path free from oppression, an energy unbound by their karmic chains. And that is when the tables turn. Unbeknownst to the oppressors, they are celebrating something now, something they believe to be a victory or dominance. They think, I have something valuable here, believing they've finally gained control over the situation and over you. But they don't realize they are surrounded by hidden enemies, a force they cannot see or comprehend. They are trapped in an illusion, their eyes blinded by the lies and deceit they've clung to all this time. They feel strong, thinking they are in an invincible position, but they have no idea they are dancing in the shadows of something far greater and stronger than they could ever imagine. They do not realize that before they know it, their eyes will open, and they will find themselves in a very precarious position. They will see that they have been blinded by the dark energy they believe to be their strength, only to discover that it has been corroding them from within. Everything they took pride in will crumble, and they will face a reality far harsher than they anticipated. This is what I've heard, especially for those who have worked so hard to commit such evils, who have tried to oppress and destroy others to achieve their goals. In the end, karma always returns, like an unavoidable boomerang, bringing them back to the very point they tried to escape. The demonic legacy they carry will become a curse they cannot escape. For in the end, they must confront the reality that the energy they wield will ultimately destroy them. The truth cannot remain hidden forever. Over time, they will be forced to face themselves, and when that moment comes, there will be no place left to run. They will never sleep peacefully. What they perceive as victory is hollow, leaving behind only endless anxiety. By avoiding the truth, they have made enemies of those they once deemed threats. All of this stems from their refusal to confront the deepest truth, not only about the people around them, but also about the shadows within themselves. This is why you are called the Enigma, the Unmasker. Your presence at the crossroads of their lives is no coincidence. You are the mirror they need to see the truth before they fall further into darkness. Yet now, they are powerless. They are trapped, bound by their own shadows, forced to witness who they truly are and the consequences of their actions. The storm of anger rising against their oppressors is immense, like an inevitable tempest. You chose a better path. You did not fight them on their terms. You simply walked away. Emotionally and spiritually, you took what was yours and left them with a peace they could no longer disturb. But now, the oppressors face an enemy that will not leave them alone. Whether it is karma or their own shadows, this enemy will not stop until they are completely undone. I leave this message here for you. If it resonates, it is because this message was meant for you. If not, release it with love. Thank you for your patience and for continuing to stand in your light.